So, basically, here we have a burger. This burger is just, regular burger. I know you see the lettuce, cheese, and tomato on there, but trust me, it's not there. So, we will proceed to see what happens when you consume this burger. First, in digestion, there is mechanical digestion, which is where the food, or our burger in this case, is inserted into the body. And the jaws and the teeth do the mechanical digestion of the food to break it into smaller pieces. But there's also the enzymes in the saliva that chemically break down the food as to make it into even smaller pieces. Then, these smaller pieces are brought down through the esophagus into the body. And the sugars gotten out of here are put into the bloodstream. The esophagus is a tube that is your neck going down to your stomach. And although it has no role in actually digesting anything, it gets the food to where it needs to be in your body. And it has muscles as to bring the food the right way, even when gravity is not on your side. Say, if you were upside down, the food would still move in the right track because of the esophagus' muscles. Now, we are out of the esophagus, and we're into the stomach. The stomach has multiple roles. It holds food that has been consumed recently, such as our burger, moves down the digestive tract. So down the esophagus. And then it makes it to the stomach. And in the stomach, it waits to be completely digested. The stomach churns the food, and it is part of what does mechanical digestion. So it smashes it up into even smaller pieces. The stomach has a thing, or an enzyme known as pepsin. And pepsin is an enzyme that breaks down protein to turn it into sugars to put into the bloodstream. And the stomach is super acidic, and it has a lot of bacteria in it, which is what allows it to sort of destroy the food. Now, we are down to the small intestine. The small intestine is a very strong bunch of tubes below your stomach. The small intestine is what some call the powerhouse of the digestive system. The lining of the small intestine creates enzymes that break down fats and proteins, as well as carbohydrates. So those are the three big groups of parts that you find in your food. And it's important for the small intestine to be there because it breaks down those foods, and without it, we could do less than half of the eating that we do. So, enzymes from there break down carbs, fats, and proteins. Now, there are enzymes from the pancreas and liver, as well as the gallbladder. And they enter the small intestine to break down even more food that gets in there. Basically, they are reinforcements, and they help break down the food when there's a lot of it. Once that food is broken down, it is absorbed into the bloodstream. So then it can go off and serve purposes elsewhere for growing the body. As well, the wall of the small intestine is known as the villi. And the reason that the small intestine is so loop-de-loop and chaotic is like it is extremely compact, but there's a lot of space in the tubes for the food to get broken down. So it is very compact, but it gives it more surface area. Now, there is the pancreas. The pancreas makes enzymes specifically for breaking down proteins. It also breaks down carbohydrates and fats. But food never enters the pancreas, but its enzymes are escorted into the small intestine to break down food. But no food ever gets into the pancreas. Now, there's the liver. The liver has multiple functions. It has the use to produce bile. Bile is not an enzyme, but it breaks up fats into smaller bits so that it can be broken down more easily for things like the enzymes created by the pancreas and the gallbladder. As well, food never passes through the liver, but it does give bile, or it does have bile to break down food for other things. The gallbladder is a thing that stores the bile that is created by the liver. So you can see it there. And the gallbladder is, well, it's not storing the used bile that is put into solid waste, but the gallbladder is storing bile until it's needed. And the gallbladder is the thing that actually pushes the bile into the small intestine, where it will do its job on affecting the food. You see, now we have the large intestine. The large intestine is an intestine like the small intestine, and it is seen here in red. But anything that is not absorbed in the small intestine goes to the large intestine, where it is turned into solid waste. And the large intestine reabsorbs the water from the waste as to get as much as possible to avoid losing as much waste as they need to. And it stores the waste until further being disposed of. From the large intestine, the solid waste, once it is stored, is put into the anus. The anus is an opening through which the body gets rid of waste. At this point, the digestion of all the food is complete. So that is the completion of this Doodlecast. Thank you.